The following program is brought to you by the Realm of Collectors. Please stand by and take your seats.
Good evening, and welcome to Masterpiece Shitpiece Theater. If you would please kindly take your seats, the show will begin momentarily.
Only 15 minutes late. That's not too bad.
That's normal for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It is Friday night. Welcome to another episode of MPSP Theater. Our namesake couldn't be here this evening. It's unfortunate, but he said he had a protest to attend to. He's going out to protest the Florida heat and blue hair.
I thought it was the Gators.
He said he loved the Gators. He was going to go protest two things: the heat and the blue hairs. And
I thought it
wouldn't be back
there was something
until he was
about
finished.
there was something about boycotting something to do with Carol Baskin too. I don't know.
Oh,
He
dude,
was
I want-
upset
yeah,
that she
you
got
wanna-
that zoo, but
Yeah, you want to see me back in the streets, man? That'll do it. I just don't think it's a coincidence that there is a spaceship launch from Florida and Nick's not on the show tonight. That's not a coincidence. He doesn't tell us much. He's a really private person, but
It wasn't actually a spaceship launch. He had Chipotle for dinner.
so there is something being launched at high velocity, but it's not Nick in a rocket.
yeah, in Florida right now, dude.
He's waving to the SpaceX guys as he goes by.
Nick walked up to the launch. He's like, yo, I'm here for all the space sex, and he's like, what are all these math nerds doing?
Where's the green bitches?
Yeah. He's like, oh, I read the thing. Dude, Rob, that's funny you say that, man. Like, I'll eat Taco Bell and I'll go hard and I'll be just fine, man. But like Chipotle, dude, it's like I drive by it and my stomach's like.
I ate Chipotle one time.
Dude, I don't like it, man.
It's bland. It is so bland. There's no soul to it. It's at least with Taco Bell, you're not overpaying for blandness, and they got little sauce packets to spice it up.
That's something to say, man. Because like we'll get Taco Bell. It depends on how hungry Jackie and I are. Because it's like sometimes we'll go there and we're like, how did we spend that much? But at other times, like we'll get food for us and the kids, and it's like $11. Man.
Dude, I hit Qdoba up here for the first time since they opened about a week ago. That wasn't too bad. It was way better than that fucking Chipotle I had.
We used to get
Chipotle
Qdoba all the time, and I couldn't tell you last time I got. Jackie likes it; she'll still get it, but I can't fucking stand it, dude. I like we got like a real taco place in town, and that's like I could eat.
Please
there
tell
every
me
day.
the name of it is a real taco place.
In town.
Okay.
Taco
That would be awesome.
Let's do a
That'd be a
quick
good name.
rundown.
Yeah.
Let's do
Or
a
get
quick
too off
rundown
that.
before we get too derailed, because we didn't even do intros
Yeah.
last week. So first up,
All right.
Rob, why don't you tell all the good people out there in internet world where they can find you?
How the fuck am I first? What the hell?
Because I'm literally first and you follow me. Nick's not here, so you're first.
Oh, okay. Well, we can work with that. You can find me on the Realm of Collectors pretty much on Facebook because I'm avoiding fuck all everything else. Realm, Mecha Maniacs, and Fox Valley Gunpla. Anything else on Facebook doesn't exist to me right now. But you can find me there. You can find me. I've started posting again on IG as Weird Life of Rob. And now on Saturday nights, since all the fuckery is kind of over, you can find me on the Fox Valley Gunplay YouTube page where we're doing live streams again, which have now become a regular Saturday night thing, apparently.
No,
Not
cool.
sure how the fuck that happened. But it's fun.
man.
We build shit.
Everybody's tired of, not having anything to do at home, and everybody's coming together and doing stuff creatively together on Saturday nights.
Yeah.
Lowry and Mike and EE and the guys have been doing it over on their channel, and I know you've jumped on there with them and done that, and then they've come on to yours afterwards.
Great guys.
Man.
Yeah, I think that's like a cool thing. It's like Saturday nights. It's almost like being like you can just jump from room to room. It's just like everybody's on kicking it.
It's like old school chat rooms back in the late '90s, early 2000s. You just hop from one room to another.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's like a Vegas whorehouse.
But it was supposed to be a once in a while thing, and it's kind of become every Saturday night. These fuckers drag me in there, and
like they have to twist your fucking arm, mister.
Yeah,
for I fucking walked
anyway. Like Rob's got nothing to do. Rob's got a second house built out of boxed kits still. So.
Working on it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Speaking of that, I was at quick side. I was at Hobbytown today. I called my wife because I needed to know how much. Yes, I did. I needed to know how much. I was buying thinner, and I had to pick up a part for Willow's RC car.
This is Rob.
And I called her to ask how much my extra thin cement I had left, and wound up spending $100. She goes, how much did you spend? It's like $108, and she goes, what the fuck did you buy for $100?
God damn,
More kits.
Mm-hmm. You're like, dude, they need to put a picture of you up at the store, man. Fucking customer of the fucking year, man.
Exactly.
This dude fucking keeping us in business all by himself. Shit.
I told Lauren today he's gonna have to just fucking hire me on part-time and just direct deposit my paycheck into the till.
Rob, you should just work Saturdays and Sundays and just get to take some kits home with you. Like
you would just pay yourself, dude. Shit, that's crazy.
Dude, hey, Rob, do they have like a heavy like social media presence?
The store doesn't. They have a social media, but it's not real active.
That's something where you could be like. I feel like you could be like, yo, guys, let me run your social media. You know what I mean?
Well, what's kind of happened is the Fox Valley Gun Plus side has kind of turned into that. Because we all pretty much live at that store. And that's where we do our build clubs and all that shit. So we kind of pimp the hell out of them there. And then we're starting to do unboxings and shit like that. We're going to start messing with all that. They're going to start feeding us a little bit of product to mess with.
That's cool. Shit. Nice. All right. Who's next?
Well, Russ, I was actually going to say, why don't you tell everybody out there where they can find you?
Hi, everybody. I'm Russ Demus, and I like long walks on the beach and hot showers, and I like to raise hell on the internet. And
I'm glad
and I like to do this show.
Okay,
yeah, he told me cold showers last night.
He told me
long walks on the beach, my ass.
Hey, well, okay, like a few feet. Jesus Christ.
Okay, there's beaches in Skyrim somewhere.
Yeah,
that's kind of find them. Fucking crabs chase you and shit. I don't know. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram,
they
Twitter.
They got topical creams for those kind of crabs, Russ.
Yeah, I know, right? I tried, dude. It burns though. Anyway, you can find me
a different kind of ointment, sir.
Hey, it burns his throat because he keeps trying to eat it.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. I thought Oh, you mean it's a topical? Oh fuck! I've been trying all this time. I've been doing it wrong.
Hey, what
I
were
thought it was toothpaste.
dude? Nick was saying something about getting
Oh,
like
God.
topical CBD stuff. And what was I? I was calling him Topical Storm Nick in the chat. This dude is out of pocket.
Oh God, that's glorious. You can find me here every Friday night with these fine fellas, and yeah, and I'm a little drunk, guys. I'm sorry. I've been drinking since I got home from work. So there you go. Well, peace out.
And just to let everybody know, I do have control of the mute, so I can
Yes,
mute Russ
don't
if
worry,
anybody
guys.
requests.
I was gonna
Have
say
no fear.
yeah, when he gets out of pocket.
We can.
Yeah.
It's not a if, I don't think.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're taking
man.
bets.
Like,
Just
yo.
message me your bet at what timestamp we'll have to mute Russ, and we'll see how you do. Hey Sam, why don't you tell everybody where you're at?
Hey guys, I'm InstaSam89 on Instagram. Sam meet in the groups here every Friday night with you guys, man. What about you, Mr. Josh?
Well, you can catch.
It's weird not kicking it back to Nick, but
Yeah. Well, at least there's a
he
goalie in
farted
play.
and launched himself into fucking space. Sorry.
There's a goalie in play. What can I say? You can find me on Facebook under my regular name. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me online, raising a little bit of hell and pissing people off.
hell yeah, dude.
And
I know it.
Translation: it's a Tuesday.
Not a time to be quiet.
But as for here every Friday night with you guys, also every other Wednesday when I'm not sick, on Figure Banging. Had to miss this week, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was wondering about that, man.
Dude, I had a migraine. It was nasty.
Oh, it's the worst. That's a week. It's been a week.
It
For
hit
that.
me.
You had one of them
it-
fuckers on Wednesday too.
It hit me late in the evening. It hit me about 7:30 or so, and I was just like, oh. So yeah, it was bad. But other than that, you can catch me every Friday on the All Queued Up podcast. Put out a new episode today with Dante from Nerd Rage. Highly encourage
Good
everybody to
show.
go and listen to that. We had a really
Yeah, it
good
was good.
episode. Proud of it.
Yeah, that shit was awesome, man. If you guys haven't listened to it, go do it.
Yeah, it's good talk, dude. Good talk.
I'm a few behind on Nerd Rage, so I'll have to catch up.
Yeah, listen to that one, Rob. It's a good one, man. Because I think, I feel like we are like I said, I like reposted it, right? And I was like, it's like it's a nerdy platform, but I think there are times where it's like you gotta speak on things when it's the right time to do it. It's just not. I just think like it's just not a time to be silent on some things. I think kind of how you worked that in was cool. It was just a way
Yeah, I agree.
people to just listen is an educational thing. So I thought that was super cool, dude. I was proud of you for doing that, man.
Yeah.
For real. That's awesome.
Yeah, I am too. Actually, it was good. I felt like you guys handled it well. Like you handled it well. That's what I'm saying. You handled the topic well. You handled the discussion well. Like I don't know. It's like y'all done it before. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, for real.
I
Man.
don't know. Like y'all done this shit. Y'all
What
get
you guys,
good, dude.
what you guys got from that? I've had like a lot of conversations with people this week. Friends, family, people in the nerd community.
Sure.
I've had phone conversations
Absolutely.
with people, and it's like, I think you always get like the take that everybody's in these extremes, but then when you talk with people, that's almost never the case. You can kind of be in the middle on some things, and it's I think that the episode you guys did kind of showed that. You don't have to be all the way on one side or one or the other, and I thought that was cool that you guys talked about that. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I just like that you. Yeah.
Go ahead, Russ.
Go ahead, Josh. I'm sorry. No. I was going to say I like that you guys kind of brought up some stuff that's that people don't like to bring up because it's like I think maybe they're afraid to bring it up.
Mhm.
Maybe they are afraid of that they're not gonna like say it right and it's gonna come out wrong.
for
You know what I mean?
And I think it
all
probably
right.
helped having Dante, who's a black man, and to
and he's someone who can speak, who can tell you. And I agreed with him at the very beginning of this, well, not the very beginning of the show, but a couple minutes into after he came back, after he had to step away from it and come back. Like just dialogue, man, is good. Just dialogue.
Yeah.
But it's hard to have dialogue because people don't know how to have dialogue about it. You know what I mean?
I think like, and I'm not trying to get too much into anything, but it's like a lot of the stuff like that I have like posted. In this week, I try to leave it as like, if you got questions, inbox me, because if as I feel like for a white person who's like new to who has who's lucky enough to be new to all this, and they maybe haven't had to give it much second thoughts or anything, they might be more comfortable with me asking questions as opposed to a person of color. You know what I mean? It's just because and it's like one of those things, like I've had like training on this stuff, like we did it in my old school district and my new one now, so it's like we've had like I know some things, and I feel like I can explain things in a way, so it's like I feel like people, find someone you're comfortable asking questions to and do it. Don't dwell in ignorance. Not to call people, but they're tough conversations to have, man.
No, they are.
You're always better for them.
Agreed.
I just want to thank everybody for the incredible feedback that we've been getting all day.
Yeah.
And it just the people that have reached out and said the things they've said, it's greatly appreciated. So just thanks, and love everybody.
Hell yeah.
I just think you guys are good, man.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, I don't want to spend any more time talking about that, because if anybody that hasn't listened to it, download it, listen to it tomorrow.
Go.
It's good.
Listen to it.
Guys, it's good.
Yeah, wait till tomorrow. Listen to us tonight.
Yeah, get with us for the next hour and a half. And, just let's lean back, get relaxed, have a good time, some conversation. Sam.
Put down some whiskey and Pepsi.
Why don't you?
All right, real quick. Sam, looks like you about. Yeah, I got hit back a couple times from people today too about the video you did, Sam, earlier. In lieu of like the promo, kind of,
man.
And a lot of people like appreciated you kind of speaking now on it and saying, kind of representing. I felt like you represented well, man. Like it was good. So
absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely.
Shout out to you. Shout out to you.
You guys, man. Like I know where your guys' hearts are, and it's I don't want to get too inside baseball, but it's like I hit up the powers that be in the realm group, and just say, hey, I normally post my promos here. This one's a little different given the current circumstances, and they were all about it.
That's awesome, dude.
You guys too for giving me the, letting me do that, because it's like I said before. I mean, it's like they're like, we're a nerdy show. Josh, all queued up as a nerdy show, and you guys get into more lifestyle stuff just like we do. But it's
absolutely.
I think there are times where it's your responsibility to not be quiet about certain.
Absolutely.
And let's be real. I mean, we all have such a diverse group of people we consider friends and family.
Indeed.
We got to look out for them too.
Yeah, and it's even on this show, like with the five of us, like we're all white dudes, but like it's politically, religiously, we're all over the place. But it's cool that this is something that we can all say, like that we all easily get behind. It's and there's no question about it, And I wish that the country as a whole could kind of see that. Like this isn't a political issue. This is it's a moral right and wrong, man. And it's tough,
agreed.
You know,
It is what it is.
All right.
I mean, this
We
shit.
can make it better.
Uh,
We've all got friends and family and all that shit. And like this shit legit actually affects my family directly.
Yeah, dude.
So
yeah, I'm sure.
I mean, I can't understand what my dad or my brother or my sister go through or any of that side of my family. Like I'll never experience it from their point of view ever.
Yeah, and I think that's the best
But
conclusion to come to, is to know that you'll never understand, but to
right,
and I think a lot of people say, kind of are dismissive about it because they don't understand it, but they're not. They
I
don't
haven't.
make that step,
I've watched it firsthand. I mean, I watched my dad basically get fucking crucified because he got pulled over for an out taillight in my car. And then I've got a cop calling me, telling me they've recovered my stolen vehicle.
Yeah,
It's like, what the fuck do you mean? Where's my dad?
it's fucked up.
My dad was driving it. Where the hell is he? Turns
Yeah,
out
and Josh,
they
that's
had
crazy.
him.
yeah, exactly, man. And Josh, you kind of summed it up like as concisely as I have ever heard it from a white dude's point of view. When you said you just want to hear about person of color that can get pulled over and not have to be afraid. And I think that was something that really hit me powerfully because it seems like such a simple thing. Like I'll say, like if I get pulled over, I don't fear for my life. I'm like, fuck, dude, I'm gonna get a ticket, have to pay this. That's all that goes through my mind. And that
Yeah.
I don't think
Exactly.
like that is a privilege that I enjoy.
Yeah.
And I think this week, I brought it up to Sonny, my 5-year-old, and because we went up to a protest here in town. We got another one tomorrow, and I didn't want him to go and not know why he was going. Eli doesn't know what fucking planet he's on, so it's like, I'm not gonna have that conversation with him. But I told Sonny, and I even after saying it to him, he doesn't know. Like he doesn't understand it. But that is nothing compared to the conversations that you would have to have if you were a person of color with your kids. And that's the shit that breaks my heart, man. It is a fucking cancer that we can stop, and we can stop now, man. But I don't know. I've been tired of it. I just don't want to lose this moment that we have. I think this is super fucking important.
It is. And it will continue to be important until it's changed. And it's going to take a hell of a fight to change it.
No, agreed. Oh, man. All right. So now that we've got all our props out the way.
we'll leave that at that. I think it'd be silly to not talk about it. But
Sure.
I think we can leave it at that. For the week, if it's cool with y'all.
Yeah. And to all of our brothers and sisters from all over the world, in any race, creed, nationality, religion, we don't care. We love you all anyway.
Yeah.
Love
you guys, man.
Also, feel free to hit us up for personal conversations if there's anything you want to discuss. I mean, we're totally cool with that.
I'm on summer break, man. I got all the time in the world.
All right. So, Sam, what were you wanting to bring up? Just basically, what have we been doing this week?
Yeah, I mean, so I guess we can make this a thing for the time being. Like, what's everyone been up to this week? I know, Josh, you've made some little improvements to your room. I see that.
Yeah. Actually, I've been working on getting this room together, and one of my big things was this is going to be my hobby room. This is where I do podcasts from. This is also going to be where I get creative, and it's also my collection. As you can see it, it's
so pretty.
It spans, 5 cases and everything, and there's still a lot that's not put up. But Wednesday, I got in this beast, and then because I was sick, I couldn't put it together, but I put it together yesterday. I've got a workbench now, hobby area, where I can actually build dioramas, paint miniatures, build model kits, anything. Got my Proxon hot wire cutter, so I can work with the foam. built that yesterday and getting everything organized, so the room's almost finally complete. So if like anybody's ever doing any creative streams, I can just shift from here to right here and work on it.
Do the damn thing.
Tomorrow night,
Yeah.
9 o'clock my time, fucker.
Everybody's like, all right, you're coming on now. I got to figure out what I'm going to do.
Yeah, you got no excuses.
These sons of bitches were supposed to be doing this shit with me before anyways.
Well, hey, my stuff's
I
been
was
packed
asking before it was cool.
up. My stuff's been all packed up for 6 weeks. So
I'm giving you shit.
Oh, I know.
I just like I like your setup, Josh. I just like how you set it up. It looks cool, dude. So
Yeah, and it's such.
I think it's wicked, man.
Such a big change from your last spot, dude. 'Cause I know you had minimal space and just weren't as comfortable there, man.
No, I was not comfortable
Absolutely.
at all there. Hardly any space, and it was just chaos. And
Mm-hmm.
now everything's coming together like I want it to. So I can't wait to get back into working on some stuff. I've got
Hell yeah,
all
dude.
kinds of things planned that I'm going to be working on.
Yeah, we I've showed you guys pics. I'll post them in the realm tonight or tomorrow. Of like, so we had like our laundry room, and in the last couple weeks we like redid that, and it's like, because I wanted somewhere to work that wasn't like my kitchen table right here where I'm at, and I'll probably start podcasting from in there, but so I got that all sorted out, and that is like a game changer, man, because it's like I got a bunch of toy shit out of my bedroom, that I didn't really want in there, and I got a space to where, and it's like it's just so cool having everything like right here, you know what I mean? It's like I got my tools and shit, and I got a fucking hair dryer like specifically for that room. So it's like before then I'd be like running like fucking play patterns around my house, like using my drill, my Dremel, my heat gun, my my this, my that, and it's like. And you
awesome,
guys getting help
Need
in
to
my
get
life.
you one of these, Sam. Need to get you one of these.
What is that? What is that?
Little butane torch.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Why I need
Oh, that's cool.
like to heat up like joints to like pull them apart and stuff like that. I don't want to.
You get the one I've got.
Just set that motherfucker on fire.
Well, I
I've
use
got
it
actually
because
has a
with
heat gun
resin.
tip for it.
The reason why I got it because with resin bubbles up, and a little torch you can run it across, and it kills all the bubbles, so your resin doesn't bubble up.
Oh,
Yeah.
What were you saying, Rob?
I've got one similar to his, but it's got an extra set of tips. It's got soldering tips and all that shit, and it's also got one that's a heat gun tip.
Nice, man. Nice.
that's
Just
cool.
be careful with that heat gun
Yeah.
tip. That fucker will get toasty if you're not
Yeah,
careful.
man. But so like I
Oh,
made,
sure.
I got a buddy on Instagram, my buddy Miguel, and he always has me do like Marvel Legends, like kit bashes, repaints and stuff, and so like I actually like got to put the shit to good use this week, just doing some little projects here and there, man, and it's been a game changer in the house.
Yeah,
That's
a cool little
nice,
setup.
nice little space. Yeah, man, and it was just like unusable space. I hated being in that room, and now I got some paints and stuff in this week, so I'll be able to. I want to bust out my airbrush this week, man, for the first time and get that going. So yeah, good things happening here, man.
Hell yeah!
Nice, dude. Nice.
Hey, look at Briggs' comment in the chat. He's got a question for you, Sam.
Protective measures do you take for your beard walk? Oh, dude. So let me tell you guys. Have you guys ever used that like spray foam stuff? Like it's like the spray insulation.
Yeah.
So when we were
Great
doing
stuff.
this room, so this room, I was telling you guys before, but it's not connected to like our central air. So we're like, we need to seal all these holes and shit in the floors and the walls and everything. So I've never used that stuff before, and I used it for the first time like after we had like redone the floors and everything, and this shit was out of control, dude. So like I would spray it.
You cannot understand how much shit can come out of one can until you mess with
So it's like I would spray it, and then like I'd be like, okay, I'm done. So I let up off like the button, and then it just keeps like, and I'm like, so So it's like, so I was doing that, and like we did I did like, all the like, around the edges of like where we were gonna put the baseboard. Like we did that, and then we were gonna do the baseboards. So it's like I do all that, and then Jackie's like, "You got that shit all in your beard," and so I'm like, "Oh fuck!" So I look in the mirror, and it's like a little fucking like someone threw a powdered donut at me.
Oh no!
Hey, but not only that, the shit expands. So I'm like, fuck it, man. I'll deal with it later because I had like too much shit going on. And so like as time goes on, it's like, so I'm like, and I'm like, at this point, I need to wait till it hardens. So it's like I just went to bed, and then I got up the next morning and just like fucking cut it all out with scissors. It was not. There was a couple days in that process where it's like I woke up at like 6 a.m. and I didn't like stop moving until like 9 o'clock, and I was like, "Is this fucking worth it? Like, this is insane." Dude.
So
that was not fun.
So there's your answer. There's your answer, Brink. He doesn't do shit to protect it.
Or none of them. It's in God's hands.
Yeah.
Dude,
it's in God's hands.
Legit, the first time I ever used that great stuff shit was when we had our first house, and I pulled off the trim around a couple of the windows because it was an older house, and they didn't tell me when I bought it because I got it at Ace Hardware. They're like, "Yeah, this is what you need." They didn't tell me do little squirts in a couple spots, so I took the shit and went to the windows and went all around the fucking window. And I'm watching this, and it's like, dude, there was like a half a can per window. And I'm watching it just roll. Like,
Dude, Rob, I'm picturing like on Star Wars when like the trash compactor's closing in. Like you and your family are just getting like.
That's fucking awesome, man.
Well, dude, it's like my wife. She's like watches all this like DIY stuff on Instagram and like her.
Oh yeah.
She's been like fucking spray painting everything, right? So it's like. I keep noticing she'll be like, "Hey, we should repaint this piece of furniture," and I'm like, "Well, why?" And then I'm like, "Whatever." So then we do it, but then I notice like she like she'll spray paint a pot or something, not put anything down underneath it, and then it's like get the fucking spray paint all over the place, and then like that's what she wants us to repaint.
Oh shit! Newspaper for the win.
Yeah. And it's like. Because she was like asking me to paint the picnic table. We just got a picnic table like out on our little like patio thing, and then I went out there and there's like these fucking like white circles everywhere where she like painted. I'm like, well, no shit, you want to paint the picnic table?
That's fucking great, dude. Yeah. That's so good. That's so good. This is the very first time I ever I had my old Chevy Corsica I had back in the day. So I took it was all like my roof was peeling real bad, right? And I couldn't afford a paint job or nothing, right? But it was getting to where metal was starting to get exposed, and I didn't want the rust, so I started sanding it down a little bit.
You want the rust and rust?
So I'm in the parking lot, right? And I start painting some primer on this motherfucker because I just want to put something on it. So I got some spray can. Right? Fucking primer is going everywhere, right? The fucking all these little black primer spots are landing on other people's cars and shit, overspraying like a motherfucker.
Oh
like,
my
all right,
God,
my shit looks good. I looked over, I saw these cars, and I hopped in my car, hard ass, dude.
Dude, the funniest fucking spray paint story I've ever heard, and my wife still laughs at it to this day. My grandmother was telling us a story. Like, she was catastrophic to my poor grandfather. Like, she was the clumsiest woman ever. She decided one day she was going to spray paint one of these. It was like a wicker laundry basket, the old ones with the flip top lids and shit.
Yeah.
And she decided to spray paint it. My grandfather was a terminal manager for Carolina Freightways, so they always went in and they had the nice button-up shirts and ties and shit like that. And we're talking old school. And the hamper, when she spray painted it, she didn't take anything out of it.
Oh
no! And they go to pull out his shirts to wash them, and he's pulling them out, and here's this like fucking piss yellow
Oh my God,
pattern
dude.
on every one of his shirts.
Oh my!
That is, oh man.
And this is like 7 o'clock at night, and he's got to be at work at 6 o'clock the next morning. Every fucking shirt.
Holy shit.
Well,
Yo,
I'm
that
sorry,
shit.
I had to step away and get some coffee. What made his shirts piss yellow?
My grandmother decided to spray paint. This is back in the late 60s, early 70s. They had one of those wicker-looking laundry baskets, the tight weave wicker stuff with the flip lid. She decided to spray paint the thing. He was a terminal manager, so he always wore, or no, by then was he terminal? No, he wasn't a terminal manager. By then he was VP. But anyway, he always went to work in button-up white shirt with a tie. You know, very professional looking.
Yeah, yeah.
All of his shirts were in that basket when she spray painted it. She didn't take anything out. She just spray painted the fucker. Going to pull his shirts out, every fucking one of them had this piss yellow pattern on it.
Something
It's like homemade plaid.
Yeah, Russ, you telling that story? Have you guys ever like dinged a car, like with your car door,
Yeah.
and then just walk in the parking lot and then been like, I'm gonna go park somewhere else?
Does
No, I've never done that.
caving a door in count?
What do you mean? Wait, say that again.
I got a 240 SX coupe that I redid.
Mm-hmm.
Just out of paint. All done, shined up, real nice car. We had a townhouse in Toma, and it was on this like little loop, like U-shaped road.
Mm-hmm.
And I had parked my car across the street, across this little one-lane U-shaped road from our driveway, because Tiff was parked in front of the garage. About an hour later, she goes to leave and backs the minivan right into the fucking driver's door.
Oh no!
I mean,
No.
how's that for a morning?
Yeah, dude, so I've been in like the Target or like Walmart parking lot, and it's like I've like opened my door and like hit the car next to me, and I look and there's like a little smudge, and I'm just like close it, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go park on the other side of the parking lot. Pretend like
We always have the opposite problem. It's always somebody else
Sam's
smashing their
walking
shit
in,
up.
Sam's walking in the store, saying to himself, "That shit'll buff out."
yeah.
Oh,
I just walk in.
Sam, you're awesome, dude. You send me business. You're the kind of people that send me business.
Hey, Russ, I'm a man of the people, dude.
I feel you, dude.
I think he must be coming to our Walmart because we've got like 5 or 6 door dings in that new car Tiff got already.
That's me, dude.
dude.
Yeah, I used to, my first car that I drove like for fucking forever was a Chevy Cavalier, and it was a 2-door, and like that thing just had the big stupid ass doors, and like we had we had kids. I saw like Sonny was born. We got new cars before Eli was born, but getting into the back seat, you know, and like getting a kid out of a car seat with a fucking 2-door car is a joke, man.
Oh yeah,
That's a bitch, dude.
That's what I'd be doing. Cause like I'd be like getting him out of the and I'm like, oh shit,
dude, my Trans Am had those big fucking back door or big doors, those long ass fucking doors.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We took that thing to a car show and parked in the car show a lot when Willow was a baby. And it was like, I'm pinning myself between this and this fucking Corvette next to me, and it's like, just take her out the hatch. Fuck it. Out the hatch, pull her out the back.
yeah. Oh man, what a nightmare, dude! What a nightmare.
Yeah, that's fucked up. That's crazy. Nah, that's good,
I think
man.
that's where. I think that might be the drive where she developed the love for going stupid, because that car spent more time going sideways on the way there and home than it did going straight. And now, like, she drifts every fucking thing.
Yeah, man. Once you do that shit once, it's like, all right. What a ride. Yep. That's cool, dude. Oh, man. No, that's funny, dude. Oh man, all I've been doing this week is working, and I try to work on my Gundam kit that I've been trying to build for fucking weeks, and still haven't got much work done on it.
Want to work on mine?
Yeah, dude. I mean,
yeah, you got that big motherfucker. Lots of shit. I'm just doing the master grade crossbones, dude. You got like insane shit.
I got stupid shit.
I'm gonna try to get. Yeah, you got way too much to do, man. I'm gonna try to get it done at some point. I've got the bot. I've got everything built. I just gotta get the core fighter built now. That's all I gotta get built.
Oh, that'll go quick. That core fighter's easy.
Is the core fighter? Yeah, that's that, and and I gotta get the weapons and stuff done, but that's not much, so it shouldn't be too bad. I'm almost there.
Russ, how's
It's like shit.
how's work been, man? Are you guys like getting a little bit back to normal or anything? Or
Yeah, it's starting to pick up. It's starting to pick up again a little bit. We did 75,000 for the week, which is up substantially from what April and May were at the beginning of the month.
Yeah, dude.
So it's
I'm
not bad.
finally starting to see PPE shipping again to
Nice, man.
supply shops and shit. So,
Dude, we need it bad, Rob. I'm hoping, man, because we're robbing Peter to pay Paul and picking Paul's pockets, brother.
no.
It's all fucking great, dude.
Oh, no.
mean,
I know we just dropped.
we
Dropped a bunch to. Oh, it's the CarQuest. Now it's Advanced Auto Parts DC. It used to be CarQuest.
Yep.
But
yeah,
I know
hopefully
we just
we start to see more of it. Yeah, I'm hoping. I'm glad you said that because that makes me optimistic. I'm hoping we see more of it getting out because these shops are getting to a point where it ain't gonna be able to do much work because it's it's not a matter of wanting to. It's against the law now for them to do it. They can't paint without proper respirators and shit.
Yeah.
They can't do it.
no, especially with them lacquers and shit. Oh man, no way.
Yeah. If they get caught, the company, they'll shut the fucking company down entirely.
Yeah.
And fine them and crush them. So it's not the EPA will just hammer them. So it's not a game you want to, any of these shops want to play with.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially the big
Especially
dealership
not now.
shit.
Yeah, especially not now when it's like
Right.
everyone's been taking the hit.
Exactly. So, yeah, you're right. That's this. I'm saying everyone's been the only problem with these guys, man, is a lot of them are like okay. There's some people that have latex allergies, so wearing latex gloves.
You got to get the nitrile.
Right. So the problem is, guess what though? Those are the fucking things we're out of. We can't get them right now.
Well, that's because that's what the hospitals use because everybody.
Yes.
So many people have latex allergies.
Right. Exactly. So I'm trying to tell these motherfuckers, I'm like, yo, y'all gonna have to put some work gloves on or something to paint or do something, or body work, whatever. Shit. I don't know what to tell them, but
yeah, dude. So I'll say as far as we haven't talked about it this week, because it's like, it's just how everything's been, but it's like with all the coronavirus stuff, like my wife's work, it's just been a little bit more lax,
Yeah,
they haven't had a patient with it on her floor in shit since April, I think. So
that's
that's
good.
as far as in our household, it's been a nice little break, man. Because it's one less thing to worry about, and then that could change any minute, depending on who they have to admit or whatever. But that's been something I've noticed has kind of eased up in the last few weeks, So
I hope.
It's good to see places opening up and who are, if they need to, they're doing it more responsibly. But because even here in town, man, some of our bars are they're able to do the patios and stuff and
our shit's fucking wide open again. Except now I noticed with restaurants they have to do every other table and shit.
Yeah.
I was so happy to get back to El Molcajete though. Oh God, I missed that food.
And I think that's as long as people are taking precautions, man, that's good shit, dude. Good shit. Get them people back to work, and as long as they can stay safe, But that's been something I've been kind of noticing a little bit in the midst of everything else going on,
Some semblance of normalcy is restoring.
Right.
Yeah, and
I
think that's important. And I think it's I don't know, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. It's things that you're gonna just do differently probably forever. It's to me still sitting in a restaurant is still something I think for us it might still kind of be a long way off,
Or
my
or a
wife's on.
movie theater.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm not saying,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying everybody should do this, but I'm just saying, just for us,
For
we're
you
still
guys
kind of like,
personally.
yeah, like we're still kind of
Yeah.
like, we're not kind of ready for that, and so that's
Well, I don't know. I don't know how they're going. The only way I could think of right now with what they've got under, like, with the kind of like the idea of, is they wanted to just create distancing between people. Like, so restaurants are allowed to like have half capacity right now,
yeah,
and they have to have like separation amongst people. So, and of course, that's happened in different parts. Like up where I work in Northern Virginia, they're like behind. They're like still in like the phase one, and down
yeah,
here where I live, we're in phase two. So different
yeah, dude,
places I go. Yeah,
it's always been a tough thing with it. Yeah, because like we had
yeah.
there's this bar, like I live there's like the main street in Edwardsville where like most of the bars are, and then I live like
Hmm.
2 houses behind the main street, just like right off the block. So it's like it's a normal thing for us is walk up and go get a beer, sit on a patio, bring the kids with us and kind of do that thing. And it's like there's this place, Big Daddy's here in town, and they like last Sunday was the first day that they were allowed to open, and it was like and it was like 75 degrees, like no humidity, just like a beautiful ass day, and it's like their
Yeah,
patio was
man.
fucking packed, dude. And
Oh, I bet. I bet.
we might have limited capacity inside, but I think even if it was just a normal day, no coronavirus, I think that business would have looked the way it did because I don't think anyone would have been inside, like with it being as nice as it was. So, I mean, I guess time will tell,
Yeah, no. I mean, I think eventually we'll get there, man. It's just gonna take a little bit of time. I mean, I heard some cases were going up and they attribute it to a lot of the protests that are going on.
It's
Yeah,
too soon
People
for
are
that.
protesting.
Yeah, I think
This
it's,
is
I think it's
shit.
a little yeah, I think it's a little too soon for that.
Yeah, this
I know
is
there's a lot
cases
like
that probably stemmed from Memorial Day weekend.
yeah, because I know
Could be,
like here
could be.
in Lake of the
I don't
Ozarks,
know.
they had just people like balls to the walls, dude. Like in these
Mm-hmm.
so it's like I said, time will tell, man. Time will tell. I know like
Yeah, we'll see.
we were doing that shit Sunday, but everybody like that was protesting had a mask on and then they were like
Right.
stuff like that. But then it's I don't know. I don't know. You don't know how. Say I know I was keeping my hands to myself and to my kids. So
Yeah, right. No, I hear you. I hear you.
I was being mindful of everything still, and
Yeah,
that's important.
that's it, man.
Be
I think
mindful.
people just gotta be careful, dude. It'll be all right. As long as people are a little cautious and don't get too loose yet. You know what I'm saying? It's all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I long for movie theaters to be able to open back up though, because I want to go see some movies, dude.
Dude, I just want some damn movies to come out, man. Like I think that's been,
yeah, me too.
that's been
Me
something.
too. I never
like
thought I would.
like the Marvel stuff putting on hold.
Yeah.
Like, oh man.
Is it wrong
I
to say
never
that
thought I
the
would
only
miss
things
it.
I missed out of all of quarantine were my Hobbytown trips and being able to go to the Mexican restaurant? Everything else,
Yeah.
I fucking don't
Or-
care.
It's like we were saying
fucking
last week. Like
course.
I have in a lot of ways benefited from this. It's like
Yeah.
it sucks to say it, but it's like
Yeah.
I was
Honestly,
benefiting
though.
greatly from Hobbytown being shut down until they reopened,
Yeah,
and then I made up for
right,
lost
right.
time.
saving money, man.
Yeah.
Saving money.
Yeah, but it all went
That's
back
cool,
there
though.
anyway.
Yeah, you definitely made up for that lost time.
Fuck it.
Sure.
Yeah, man. Rob had that shit burning a hole in his fucking pocket. He's like, I gotta go get my shit.
Yeah, and then you were getting like some overtime and stuff too. Man, it was a perfect storm for Hobbytown. Not for you, but for Hobbytown.
Yeah, man. It's good though. It's good. I hit my Hobbytown too, though, man. I went in and I bought a kit. I bought like an HG kit. That's all they had, dude. All they had was pretty much HG kits. They had nothing. Like, no. And they had one like one master grade kit, and then they had a couple of big master grade kits that were gigantic. I'm like, fuck you, I ain't getting that. What am I, Rob? Fuck out of here.
Yeah, break. Dude, I gotta drag y'all up here for DairyCon. and you're spend like an entire weekend.
I've always
So-
wanted to go there, man.
I've been to Iowa before.
You got a fucking
Where's
place to stay,
Wisconsin?
jackass.
I could stay at your place.
Well,
Is it in
yeah,
Iowa
All right,
or
dude.
Wisconsin?
Wisconsin. It's like right by my work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for sure, dude. Keep in touch with me about that if they can get to do it, because
September. So far, it's still on.
oh,
So
Is
Like
it really?
September-
They're still
yeah,
damn
they-
it. 10.
well, it was in April, but they always do a fall special,
Yeah.
and that's usually like end of September. So this year they just rolled the show to September, and that's the 20th anniversary. So
No, that's cool.
But
shit. That's nice.
the show's over Saturday afternoon. We have to go through Appleton on the way back. Anyway,
hey, there you go, dude.
I'm take your asses to Hobby Town.
Hell yeah, man.
Well, I think your hobby town's bigger than the one I have. So
The closest one to me is about a 2-hour drive away. I've only been there a couple of times. It's nice and everything, but it's more RC car oriented than it is.
That's how. Oh, go ahead.
Well, yours has places set up where people can like work on models and things like that. This one doesn't, but they have like an RC track outside so people can run their cars and shit.
They actually have
that's pretty cool.
They have an indoor RC track at ours, and that's what we were using was the tables for the indoor RC track.
Oh, it's
But
badass, dude.
I can tell you,
Uh,
the guy who owns the one in Appleton owns the one in Oshkosh too, and you can definitely tell the difference between the two stores. Like Oshkosh is where I go for most of my RC shit, and even if I get it from Appleton, it usually has to come from Oshkosh. Like I had to get a part from Willows. He just had it brought up from Oshkosh because he knew I was coming up for other shit anyway.
okay.
Oshkosh has
Cool,
gotten
though.
a bigger selection of Gundams just because they are catching extras from Appleton because it's the same owner. But if you look at their store and how it's all organized versus Appleton, where they've got a Shane, big fucking difference and way bigger inventory.
Depends on like what the market is for that too, right?
It is because like Green Bay's Hobby Town is a different owner. They're getting out of model kits altogether. They're going to
damn.
Are they really?
yeah,
That's-
and that sucks because they actually have alclad paints. That's
Oh,
the
wow.
one bitch I got about Appleton. All they carry is Vallejo, which is okay, and fucking testers and some of the Tamiya because the military guys like Tamiya.
Mhm.
But I
Testers
fucking
is shit.
loathe. It's garbage.
Testers, you can get them at fucking Michaels, dude. Though that's garbage.
Yeah. Even for like I like enamel paints. I don't like testers enamels. Like after I moved away from them and tried other shit, I went, how the fuck did I ever touch this stuff?
Testers is
Enamels
like-
is awful.
It's like nail polish, man.
Yeah, and
It's
it's
step above nail polish.
He says like nail polish.
Alclad, they have some of the best metallics in the game when it comes
Oh,
to
yeah.
brush paints.
and the candies. Oh my god, I've fucked with a bunch of them now that I grabbed from Green Bay. My god, so
Have you guys
beautiful.
ever heard of this? I follow this dude on Instagram. He does a lot of customs, and he uses this stuff. It's the brand is Turbo Dork.
Oh yeah, I've got some of
That
that.
Turbo Dork. Never used it, but I've
Here's
heard
my
it.
issue. Yeah, I've got like 3 or 4 of the colors. They're really cool.
Mm-hmm.
My issue with acrylic paints when I'm doing these kits, if it's a static model, it's fine.
Okay.
Anything you're gonna move and pose and swap accessories on, acrylics
Right.
are too damn soft.
Yeah, they're just gonna chip.
Chip,
Which
scratch,
is why you
rub. I
coat
mean,
them
it's
with an enamel top coat.
I did that, but I still had issues with. It's still a little too soft versus going with the lacquer or the enamel and then top coating it. It's still a much harder.
Gotcha.
Like I've noticed, I have to be careful with the lacquers on softer plastics because it dries so hard. If there's any flex to that part, it will crack. Enamel is like dead between them. It has just enough flex for the softer parts, but it dries hard enough to where I can move the kits around and it doesn't scratch and chip and all that shit.
Yeah.
Nice.
Now I love my Vallejo paints. Like they're great. That's what I'm using on that Star Destroyer. There's some Vallejo and there's some Tommy, because Tommy is acrylic too.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's the other thing I've noticed too with messing with these paints. God, I got way too fucking deep into this. I'm sorry.
No, that's good. That's all good, dude.
The Vallejos are fickle with the airbrush, even though they say they're airbrush ready. The Tamiya's super easy, and I have noticed a difference in the finish. Like the Tamiyas tend to lay better. The finish tends to be more clean. The Vallejos, I've noticed I do better with those when I'm trying to do wash details and shit like that. Or highlighting. Like, I can do some cool highlighting with the Vallejos that I can't quite do with the Tamiyas.
Gotcha.
And I think that's just the consistency of the paint. Tamiya is a water-thinned paint, whereas... Or not Tamiya, Vallejo is a water-thinned versus... the Tamiya, which is alcohol, it's solvent thinned, even though it's an acrylic.
Yeah, it's still a water-based paint, but it's thinned with an alcohol solvent.
Right.
Guys, bear with me. I will be right back. Carry on.
Right on.
This has
I
been
got
your
like a
painting
motherfucker.
tutorial by MPSP Theater.
Yeah.
No,
Dude,
I
I'm about to hit you up as soon as I get everything set up because I just got like so I got that Spawn figure, like the Mortal Kombat one, and I just want to do him in just like jet black, bright ass white, look like the comic Spawn. You know what I mean? Like bright reds and everything.
all right.
I got from Vallejo, like they make like just like basically it's like the starter pack, you know, and it had red, black, and white, which is what I needed. So I just got that little kit, and so like I've noticed that those are. I don't know because it's like Citadel paints I can buy here in person, and this is a thing with me with everything collectible wise. It's like it seems more expensive to buy something online than it would be to buy it in person. And it's like, I know, Rob, you definitely have the experiences at Hobbytown, you know, because it's like, I'm looking at Vallejo paints and I'm like, well, shit, dude, I put everything in my cart and it's like $50-$60. But then like, if I were to go to my local comic book shops and I was like, and I'm just grabbing all these Citadel paints and some brushes and it was that much money, I wouldn't bat an eye. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like the weirdest, and I wonder like where that comes from, and if I'm the only. I don't know if that's just me that feels that way or that thinks that way. And I think maybe a part of it is because like if I spend that much in person, I can take it right home with me.
And I think it has a lot to do with that impulse buy effect.
Yeah, for sure.
You can't really impulse buy online. You actually look at the cart and think about it, and it's like, well, do I need this? Do I need this? Whereas if you're walking around the store and you've got it in your hand already and you're grabbing other stuff, you can even forget it's there. And then next thing you know, $100 later.
There's sometimes you tell me my total in the store. I'm like, oh, geez. Yeah, I'm like, oh, God. And I'm like, whatever. And I just go through it. But I think it's easier online when you see the total. You're like, maybe I don't, you know, maybe let me scale this back or let me not get all this bullshit. But yeah, I wish there was a place. I mean, because like we got a couple places that but they lean more towards like the 40K stuff. So it's like all Citadels and that stuff, which I like them. You know, I've only used those
Citadels.
You know,
Citadels and shit are great for brush painting, especially on miniature figures, which is what they're intended for. Because they're just they lay on in one or two coats. There's good coverage. They adhere well.
And that, like, I mean, as far as customs go, like until I got the airbrush, which I haven't used, but it's like up until now, I've only used Citadel paints, and I think that they're great for what they are. But I feel like they do dry out really quickly.
Yeah.
Like when
you can use the Citadel and the airbrush, but you got to thin the shit out of it.
Yeah, they really.
They look really good.
What do you thin it with?
Just it depends on how. It depends on how fast I want it to dry. With the Citadels being like a lot of those are acrylics too. You can thin them with water.
Okay.
But if I want them to dry super fast, I'll do either a 50 or a 91% isopropyl alcohol.
Okay. See, Rob, I'm gonna have to get you on like a hangout to coach me through my first fucking airbrush session, man, because like some of this stuff is really over my head, and it's I want to figure it out because it's one of
I will tell you, if you're spraying like Valeos and shit like that, there's a product called Vallejo Flow Improver.
I think I got that. I think I got some of that.
Yeah,
Is
that
it
stuff
in a
is
bigger
funny.
container.
Yeah,
It's clear.
yeah, it looks just like they're thinner, but it's called Flow Improver, and
Okay,
it's
yeah, I got that.
I've heard of guys using like the jet dry for your dishwasher to make their own.
Give me some jet dry.
Really? That's interesting.
And it's basically all it is. It's like a water wetter. It helps the paint flow smoother through the airbrush, and it makes
Right.
all the difference on Vallejo.
Okay.
Oh,
Like
okay.
I fought with issues with Vallejo paints in my airbrush until I started using that shit. And I was even thinning the Vallejo paints, which you're not supposed to have to do.
Are you supposed to
Right.
just get them and go?
Yeah, you're supposed to be able to, they're airbrush ready paints. You're supposed to be able to just drop them in. And I've tried all, so like I've heard everybody running from like 20 to 40 psi on their brush. I've noticed with the Vallejos and that flow improver, crank up the pressure a bit, and they lay like money after that. But that flow improver is worth every fucking penny.
Yeah, I think I
You're
got
still
some
talking
of
about
that,
paints.
whenever we got... Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we got on a tangent.
Yeah, I had a
No,
bunch
that's
of
fine,
questions. I have
man.
no idea
That's
what I'm doing as far as the airbrush
no.
stuff goes.
Oh, it's a big learning curve.
Yeah, and I'm just
Because it's completely
I'm just
different
curious
from hand
because I've
brushing.
never
Yeah, and that's all
like
I've ever
like I
done.
know. Yeah, it's weird, Josh, because I know about automotive paint, but I don't know shit about like like things like this. So I just wonder
Well,
the
because
differences,
automotive
of
paints,
it, and
it's going onto metal
so
and some plastic.
right.
Yeah, the thing with automotive though, you got to remember, like modern cars, half of them are
Yeah.
plastic. The metal is
Yeah.
thin, so it flexes, and
Yep.
those bumper covers and shit flex a
Are all-
lot.
Yeah.
Well,
So
yeah, but
it's
that's why
completely
you have
different.
flex additive though.
Right?
Yeah.
You have flex
but they're
additive to make it flex
formulated completely differently than model paints are.
Yeah,
You know what's
yeah.
funny,
That's
though?
what I mean. Yeah, they definitely are.
I've learned. I tried watching a lot of tutorials when I started airbrushing, and I was having all kinds of issues. I went back and I started painting with it like I used to paint motorcycle sport bike plastics.
Right.
Oh, okay.
And it's a real similar type of plastic to these Gundam kits.
Well, that's pretty cool, actually. Shit.
As soon as I started using those same theories, works like a charm.
Nice.
Huh. I think it's awesome, though. I don't know. I'm gonna fuck around with some of them eventually. I'm gonna get the balls up to do it.
Dude, I'll
Like,
never
all right,
go back. I'm debating actually painting this perfect grade riser, but I got to get some more alclads. I'm trying to. They carry some AK stuff like weathering shit at Hobbytown. AK has a really nice line of acrylic lacquers and enamels. I'm trying to see, since they already have AK, if they can start getting those in.
Tamiya has
cool,
a
though.
really great little thing of weathering palette sets.
Yeah.
Those are awesome. They look like little eyeshadow palettes that your wife or your daughter would have, but they're made for weathering model kits. And they are so
pretty cool.
good in how they work.
Yeah, they really are. They actually have some of those. Sam's, one of the guys from the local group, he's been using those, and he did a whole RX-78 with that, and shipped it, weathered it, and all that. It looked really good. Yeah, he said it worked great.
Cool.
Then he did a X-Wing with it too.
Nice.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those are good. But
I think it's awesome. I don't know. I like that they have a lot of the paint, the options and stuff that you guys have. I think it's cool, and I don't know. It sounds like you can go a lot of different ways, and I think that's awesome. Like I said, somebody who's trying to get into it is kind of like, damn.
It's overwhelming as fuck until you start. Like if
Yeah.
you've got experience, like for you,
Mm-hmm.
the Alclad and the E7 stuff, you
Yeah.
probably do great with because it's just like automotive paint. It literally is the same thing. The difference is they grind their pigments smaller.
Huh.
Yeah.
It's a much finer
Interesting.
powder.
Did
That
you
otherwise, it
watch-
lays just like auto paint.
Did you watch that video that I put in our chat from Goobertown Hobbies, where he took the pigments and was mixing them with the medium and making his own colors, and talked about how different pigments and the chemistry involved in the making of those pigments and everything, and how some colors are much easier to work with than others and all that. It was a fascinating video. Loved it.
Yeah, that shit is
That's
wild.
interesting.
It's insane
Wow.
the chemistry that goes into making paint.
Oh,
Any
no,
kind.
definitely. Oh yeah, no, definitely. I'm amazed sometimes at the chemistry of different paints. You know,
Yeah.
for what you're putting, for what you do, different uses and different. So it's just blowing my mind.
Yeah, I mean,
So
even when you get in
learning.
with you doing all the automotive shit, even like you can have a lacquer paint from 5 different companies, and it's 5 different, completely different formulations.
And it's almost
Yeah,
the
it's
exact
wild,
same
yeah.
color. Almost
Yeah,
to a T, the exact same shade, but it'll be completely different. And one will only have like 2 or 3 pigments in it, and another one will have 8.
Yep.
I mean, I remember like the first time I wanted to make a custom, I just went to Michael's and bought that tester's paint, and I was like, oh, this is what you use to paint stuff, and it's like I was using it on like Marvel Legends stuff, and it just like it was a disaster, you know. And I was like,
because enamel
what?
paints, no matter
Yeah,
what
so, uh,
plastic, they will just peel.
Yeah,
Yep.
or just never what's the right
Never
word? Like
fully
settle.
cured.
They always feel tacky.
Cure. Yeah, cure. So yeah, it's because they're like always like moist or moist. Yeah, that's the word. Moist.
Oh, well, do you need like an activator for it to get it to dry?
If you put it on the bare plastic, it won't cure. You have to use a primer underneath it, and you have to use an acrylic primer underneath an enamel paint, or it won't.
Or
on plastic.
I've used it Russ on like proper like model plastic, and it's gone on
Right.
fine. But like with Marvel Legends and stuff like that, a lot of times they use like a softer plastic and in different
Yeah,
parts.
they do.
So like they don't use like the same like kind of brittle plastic that like a Gundam kit does, you know.
Yeah.
I legit.
All right.
I've got a Corvette model I built when I was 10. So you're talking almost 30 years ago. And I can pull that thing out of its box right now, and there are some parts of it where the paint still feels tacky.
Oh my god, dude!
Like it still feels like soft.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you're talking. I was 10 years old. Yeah, it was all testers, and it was just one of those cheap fucking Walmart sold them testers paint sets that I got. It was like one of the first model kits I built.
Yeah.
And it's.
Pay
I
like
didn't know
$6
anything about
for 10
priming,
colors
anything.
and a thin.
Yeah, and the paintbrush and all that shit, and the glue. Oh, and God, I hate that tester's glue with passion. Like, I will
the
never.
smell of it. The shit that smells like oranges. Huh.
Yeah, I will never go back away from this Tamiya shit though.
Dude,
look, dude, Josh, he doesn't smoke weed, he doesn't drink, he just.
I got that one too. It's down in my little
paint. That's how he gets his kicks.
But I legit use so much of this shit. Like anytime I see a bottle of the thin stuff for sale, I grab it. I don't go through the thicker stuff as much, but I mean, I use half a bottle of this shit just on defense. I think at this point.
Yeah. Nice.
He's like, I'm ready to go.
He's like,
funny, that
"Let's get
smells a lot
high,
like the
let's
drink
sip
I just
glue."
finished.
it smells a lot like lacquer thinner, to be honest.
It does.
Yeah, that's.
I'm weird though. I
brand new bottle of
I grew up
there.
grew up and growing up around the car scene and all that shit. I
my
love
parents
the
owned an
smell.
auto body shop, so yeah, I get you there.
Yeah.
It's like I smelled paint every day.
I love that's like a comfort for me. I've
when
always
you get
noticed,
around it. I don't know. Like I stopped noticing it. Like I don't notice this. I'm so used to the smells and like, all the fumes and stuff. Like other people will say, "Oh my god, you smell that fume," and I'm like, I don't notice it. It's so commonplace now. It's like, oh.
The most zen I have ever been has always been while I was painting my bikes and shit. Like I just, I lock into music, put on my shit, and I'd start going to town. And I'm finally refinding that zen in doing the paint work with the airbrush on these. I still have that. There's that little bit of smell there. There's that sensation. There's that focus.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's
awesome,
what the hobby stuff is all about, man. Because like I feel like the people, at least in my life, when I know who have like kind of the most struggles, are people that have like zero hobbies. You know.
Yeah, and I'm one of those weird guys. Like body work and paint is a bitch, but I fucking love doing it, and I don't know why.
Well, I mean, it's shit. You know why? You know why you love doing it? Because you don't have to do it for a living. That's why you're doing it. If you had to do it for a living, you might not like it as much. I think that's what most people told me. Like they always tell me they liked doing it when they were a kid and they were learning it and they weren't making any money, and then the second day I started having to make it like you do it for a living, it stopped being fun, and it's like because that's when like materials, you gotta account for materials more and shit like that, and you got shops that have cutthroat budgets. Yeah, and there's some shops, man. These guys are trying to do work with very little material, and it's like, damn, they got to squeeze body filler as long as squeeze it out as much as they can to fucking do a patch on a goddamn car. It's tough, man. It's tough. I feel bad for some of them because I know, it's really hard on them. It's tough work. It's a bitch.
I'll be honest. If I worked at a hobby town or some shit full time, messing with this shit all day long, I would hate it too.
Probably. You probably run out of your desire for it.
Case in point, I used to love to drive. Like I'd get in my car at night and I just go for like 2 hours and just rip around.
Yeah, dude.
I don't fucking drive at all anymore. Like anytime we go someplace, I look at my wife. You're driving.
Yeah, dude.
All right.
I used to commute like 45 minutes each way to work. When I worked in St. Louis, and I always think like that was the best part of my day because it's like I didn't have to talk to anybody. I didn't have to answer questions. I could listen to some podcasts or some music and just veg out,
Peace and quiet, dude.
It's like being your job, because it does just like change those things,
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as you start doing shit for a living. That's why I will never, like, part of the reason I don't work on cars and fuck with them too much anymore is because I had a shop of my own for a while, and I made good money doing it, but it was ridiculously overworking, and it just burned me out on everything.
I think I feel like that's like any, like, business that you, like, run on your own. It's like, it's just too much, man.
Well,
I can tell you, the customers will kill your love for anything.
Yes. Well, when I ran my catering business in the '90s, I had I just got burned out on it because I realized how much work.
Opening up a pack of Pop-Tarts and giving them a fucking little barrel chug of juice is not a catering business. Come on now.
Don't I wish I could get away with that? No, dude. I would do bar mitzvahs. I would do Senator Garland paint, back in the day, I used to do parties for him. I had a nice little clientele for a while there. The Jewish people were great, man. Once you do one bar mitzvah, you get all kinds of business for another one.
And now he's like, fuck it, if it don't come out of a box, I ain't cooking it.
Well, I tell you what happened is I loved it, doing it at first. And then once you do it for a few years, and you realize how much work you put into it, and it's not much money. It's not a lot of money. Because by the time you're done with all your
Return
overhead,
on your investment.
no, you definitely
It's-
don't. And I miss like the first 3 years of my son's life, man.
Oh,
And
damn.
save
dude.
I didn't even, yeah,
Say
I didn't even
for
know my
instance,
kid, man. So
you bend over backwards to do everything according to a customer's demands, and then they turn out to be a total
Yes.
Karen, and you do the job totally satisfactory,
yes,
but they're not
yep,
satisfied at all, and they just, oh well,
right.
yeah,
Yep.
it just sucks all your
Yeah,
passion
sure.
out of it.
It
Dude, I
does.
got
and
so
you
bad.
you're arguing and
Like my
It's rough.
shop was primarily an R&D shop, doing stuff
Yeah.
for aftermarket companies. But we
Uh-huh.
kept the business going by having a performance shop attached to it. I can't tell you how many fucking Karens with penises I met over the years. I could do their
Their
shit.
own or
I
someone
was
else's?
meticulous.
Some Chad.
Yeah,
Some Chad.
both. I legit had
Would
this
you call him a
guy's wife
Chad?
come in.
Would you call it?
I think that's like the male Karen, right?
Yeah,
I
that's
had this
Chad.
bitch. I had this bitch's wife come in once,
Or Brad.
mad at me because I let him blow like 10 grand on his fucking car,
Oh, Jesus.
and she wanted the money back. And it's like, that job is done. That supercharger's in. That tune is
Dude.
done.
Rob, let me tell you, man, that's like
No,
that's like the shit that I get at my job when I got a parent that's like, why is my kid getting in trouble? And I'm like, and I'll just be like, I don't know. Why is your kid getting in trouble?
Yeah, you know what you want to say because you're a shitty parent. That's what you want.
Yeah, dude, I just say,
You can't say that
I'll
shit.
let-
You know?
I'll let her rip, dude. I say that being a male teacher, I get away with a lot, dude, because I feel like female teachers
Yeah.
get dog walk, dude. I feel bad for them, but like being a male teacher, I can get away with a lot. So I will be like, because I'll be like, what's the discipline like at home? Explain that to me so I can get an idea of what's going on, you know. And then they
See, so you get right into the nitty gritty, right? And they're like, oh, I like that. That's a tough gig, though, man. Being a teacher is rough, dude. I asked my daughter because I thought my daughter might want to be a teacher. And she just laughed at me. She said, "Are you crazy? So I can do with little assholes like me?"
yeah, exactly, dude.
She cracked me up when she said
Dude,
that.
so that's what something you said when I was talking about like the catering thing. It's like I feel like personally, I don't know if I could do any job 52 weeks out of the year. Like I don't know how you guys do it, man, because like I get summers off.
Yeah, it's rough, dude.
I feel like without that, I would
Yeah.
and even in teaching, like I taught elementary school for my first 5 years, but then like at the end I was like, I didn't want to change professions, but I was like, I gotta do something different. And I moved to middle school. You know, and I feel like that time is gonna come up again where I'm like, I want to move and do something else. But I just wonder about that. Like, what's it like just doing the same thing? Like, or does that bother you, or is it just kind of like?
it does until I get my paycheck on Friday, and then I go, oh yeah, that's why I suffered through that shit.
Yeah. No, I hear you. That's a good point. I don't know. There's times when I just need to. I need to take some time off.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've got some time off coming up in July, and when I take that time off, I appreciate being away from work. I really do. But it's just a week, or a week, or 10 days. But you'd be surprised how much that helps, though. It does help because you can decompress a little bit and just deal with that shit for a minute. You know?
See, I'm notorious for not using my vacation ever.
Yeah,
and then the one time I took, I've took a 1 week block of my vacation twice ever.
Oh God!
The first year I might did it. Well, I'll like take a day off here or there throughout the year.
Yeah.
But the first time I actually took a week block of vacation, I was supposed to go on the sport touring ride with a bunch of guys, and I left on a Saturday morning, rode through nothing but rain and shit all day long. Got down to the south end of Milwaukee. We were supposed to camp at this campsite. 2 of us made it there. The other ones made it to a hotel about 40 miles away and said, fuck it, we're done.
Wow.
I got up the next morning, and I'm out in the middle. I have no idea where I'm at. I'm going completely off of directions. And we've got to meet up with them in town in like an hour. And we're 6 miles away from town. Pack everything up. I had to wash and dry everything at the little thing at the park the night before because all my shit was soaked. And we go to leave, and we can't. I can't see 2 feet in front of me. It is so foggy.
Oh my god, dude.
I'm doing like 25 miles an hour down this county road, and all of a sudden the sun kind of peeks through all the fog, and it whitewashes my visor. And I flip my visor up on my helmet, and it whitewashes my glasses. And I'm like starting to slow down a little more, and all of a sudden the fucking road takes a sharp left. And I see it about 2 feet before it does. Like, I see it just as it turns, and it's like, fuck! Wham! Down to the ground I went. Fully loaded bike on top of me.
Oh my god.
So I fucked my knee all up. Dude. I mean, I literally shredded my knee. It went right through my pants. And, I mean, I'm like, just the bike's broken now. I mean, it's rideable, but it's definitely hurting. I'm 3 hours from home.
Wow.
I'm like, all right. That was day 1 of my vacation.
Yeah, I'd be like, fuck that. I'm going back home.
Oh, we did. I got into town. Everybody looked at the bike and looked at me and went, "Oh shit, are you okay?" One of the guys actually offered. He goes, "Let me go get my truck. We'll just trailer the bike home, and we'll get you home today." It's like, well, fuck it. I'm just going to ride until I can't ride anymore. It's like, you guys need to go on and do your thing. So I kind of followed them because they were coming back kind of the westerly direction. And I figured I'd just take the highway west and then take the highway north and get home. And, dude, I stopped on my way home, bought a big-ass bottle of wild turkey, and that's where my ass stayed on the couch with the bottle.
Bro, I hear you.
And the one after that, and the one after that for the rest of the fucking week. I went back to work like, oh god, it was 9 days I think total I was off, and my knee was still like this. And I'm having to push a big ass clutch in. Yeah. That was the first time I took a week of vacation. The second time in my life I took a week block of vacation was TFCon Reston.
Which, well, you worked.
You didn't even take a vacation. You just did the same shit.
I know.
Different stuff.
Pretty much. So it wasn't even...
Yeah, you fucking worked.
Yeah, because
I don't
feel
think
like
you're doing vacations right, Rob.
I think you're right.
I don't either. I think...
Well, I get my reset this year. I get 3 weeks. So I'm going to find a block where I can just take a week off. And my ass is here.
Yeah, I'll say, don't go anywhere,
I'm stationing.
You think you got enough kits on hand to keep you occupied for a week?
Yes.
Yeah, you know what's going to happen? Is I'm going to sit down that first morning with my cup of coffee and my first kit, and about the second or third part in, I'm going to shove that goddamn razor knife right through my fucking finger.
Yeah.
And that'll be the end of it. I'll be needing stitches and shit.
Be out of commission. That's the worst, man. It's the worst.
I don't need to do vacations.
Yeah. Dude,
yeah, it does suck though, dude.
Because a lot of times for us, it's like, I don't know. It depends. Like for us, there's no rules for like how we do stuff on the weekends or in the evening times. There's a lot of teachers like they don't look at emails and stuff until they're like at work. But it's like if a parent messages me at like 10 p.m., I'm gonna respond just because I don't know. I just like taking care of shit like when it comes to me.
Yeah, because I know you don't forget about it.
Yeah, because I will forget about it 100%, dude. I have the worst. I'll be like, I'll respond that later, never again. And it's like I just stay on top of things. And then like during wrestling season, like it's insane. It's like we got tournaments like Saturdays and Sundays, like fucking practice every night. So it's like I'm just going and going and going. So it's like I don't know, man. I just need some time, do something else.
I hear you. That's my issue. Is I sometimes I have a hard time just dividing my time amongst with stuff I want to do. and I go through hell trying to figure out, okay, what do I want to do with the time I have? What am I gonna, what's important to me? Because I only have time to do this, and this.
Yeah,
I can't do everything.
like,
So
Russ, when it comes to me now and like some different hobby stuff, a lot of times it ends up being like I don't know what to start, so I don't do anything.
yeah,
For like
and that sucks.
days. Yeah, and I'm like, I just wasted this time.
My boy Shane
Right.
came up with the solution for that on the streams when he can't figure out what he's gonna build that
You
night.
have that like spinny wheel.
Yeah, he loads into
Dude.
that spinning wheel, and whatever comes up, that's what he does.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
like,
start
That's
doing that
actually
shit.
pretty cool.
I need one that's like it's like watch a movie, open up this toy that's sealed that you've never looked at.
Yeah.
I can play video games. Build this like. So I mean, that's a good idea, man. You have to leave it
Yeah,
out
okay.
of
Well, see, I've run into that too with my backlog. I'll start looking at it after I finish a kit and be like, what do I want to work on next? And I'll hem and haw until I run out of time. And it's like,
Yeah.
Right. No, I hear you. That's kind of my issue is sometimes I'll get caught up with trying to figure out what the fuck I want to do, and then before I know it, I haven't made a decision. I've burned through a bunch of time, and I'm like, fuck. I've done everything I didn't want to do. Yeah.
yeah.
Shit, man, this sucks. But I don't know, man. It's tough, dude. Sometimes I don't know. Sam, I wish I had I wish I had the summer off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
fuck.
like, I always try to speak on it because it is a blessing for sure, man. Because
No, definitely.
like I get paid the same throughout the year. Like my pay is split between the 12 months, so it's like
Right.
in a way I'm getting paid to do nothing, but then it's like I'm also not because I'm getting paid for the work that I already did.
Well, do you have leave for the school year too?
Yeah, I get like sick days and personal
Right.
days, but it's like
right.
I've been teaching for 8 years, and I've used 3 sick days because I was sick. But you know what it's like
Right.
having kids, man. It's like you're like you're 3 a.m, one of them gets up and they're puking, and then you got to call in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that.
Right. Somebody's got to stay home or take the kid to the doctor. Anna and I would try to do a rotation. Like she would do it, I would do it.
I do too, but it's harder
Right.
for her to call off work than it is for me.
Mm-hmm. I hear you.
Yeah, we got the opposite with that. Like, because of the industry I work in, I have to be there. Like,
Dude, Rob. So like with Jackie, it affects her pay.
Yeah.
it does for us too, because then I lose not only that day's hourly wages, but that bumps me out of some overtime hours too, and that adds up fucking quick.
Jackie,
I take
Rob,
a day
you don't-
off,
you
it's like
don't-
$500.
yeah, dude. Like
You don't have any leave, Rob?
I do, but we don't have sick leave. We've got vacation days, and that's it. Now I can choose to use
So
it.
you
you
take off, you end up burning through vacation.
Right, but the other
Alright.
side to that is vacation obviously doesn't count towards overtime hours, and that's where I make a huge chunk of
That's
money.
true.
Overtime.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
And
So I mean,
I got you.
it's different in our house because like if we want to take a proper vacation, we're gonna do it when I'm on spring break. We're gonna do it when
Right.
I'm on vacation. So like we don't really have to account for that stuff. So when it does come to the kids being sick, I'm gonna take off more than Jackie because like I said, it affects her.
I hear you.
Like she gets paid time off, but then she has to like use it wisely, to like like she's
That's
I
where
understand.
that's where we have the advantage with
like, I
if,
take
like Tiff's got
Yeah.
I think fucking 2 or 3 weeks of vacation, and then she's got like 80 hours of personal time. And the way her personal time works, she can take it anything from a 1-hour block to an 8-hour block. And it doesn't even have to be with notice. Like she can just get up in the middle of the workday as long as she ain't in the middle of a meeting and go, all right, I'm leaving. And then she's got like 100 and some unpaid hours she can do the same thing with.
nice.
It's fucking ridiculous. And it banks up to, like if she doesn't use it, a bunch of it'll roll over the next year. I think she can save up to 80 hours of personal time into the next year to combine with the next year's personal time. So, and she doesn't ever really use it, like an hour here, an hour there. So she's always got this huge chunk of time and her vacation. And it's like,
That's nice to sit on, man.
she could literally like
it
take a
is.
month and a half off paid.
Yeah, and just dip out.
It's fucking cool, dude.
And then, like I said, with that personal
Yeah.
time and shit, she literally doesn't need any notice. She just, oh, I'm done. Goodbye.
Yeah, I'm gone. I'm out.
Yeah,
I'm out. See
it's
ya.
cool. Shit. And Anna's just got limited leave. That's all. So like, she gets less leave than I do at her job. So I try to handle stuff more. Like if we if we have to have a plumber or something like that, it's gonna show up here, or like I'm gonna try to do it if I can, because I don't want her to burn up all her leave, and they don't even have sick leave. They have to use their vacation time now. They took it from them. So
I remember one time
I feel bad for her.
we had to have this dude come and fix our fridge. So I was in meetings. We didn't have school that day. Like it was like a professional development day. So like I was in meetings or whatever. And I remember like Jackie had the kids and like I was just at the house. So like this dude didn't have to. I was like, fuck it, I'll leave this meeting early, and whatever. So like the dude was done, and I remember I was sitting there waiting for Jackie to get home because we're so used to having to like tag out with the kids, Like I'll stay home with you. Like when you're done, you come home and we'll tag out, and I'll go back to work. And I remember I was sitting here like, "Fuck, dude, I'm late for this meeting."
Standing on the second rope, leaning over like this, hand out.
So, dude, I basically was doing that. I'm standing on my back porch doing that. Like, where the fuck is Jackie? I'm late for this meeting. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? My kids aren't even here. They're with her. So it was like,
oh shit!
The dude was done, and I'm texting Jackie like with the attitude like, what the fuck are you doing? like, what are you doing? Like, where are you? Like, I need to get back to work. And she's like, what are you waiting on me for? I'm like, oh my god, I'm an idiot.
Yeah, dude, that's rough, man. Dude, I can't stand when I like wake up on a fucking. Sometimes I'll wake up on Saturday, and I for some reason I think it's like I feel like it's a work week, and so I'm panicking, thinking I'm running late, and I realize, oh, it's Saturday. What am I thinking? I'm gonna go to work today, but I feel all dumb because I panicked and shit, like I was running late from work.
I do that shit all the time.
Have
So
you
stupid,
ever
dude.
actually dreamed you were late for something? Get up, get ready, and rush out the fucking door and get halfway there before you realize, oh fuck, I don't have to be there today.
Several times on a Saturday for work.
Wow, dude. I don't think so. Jackie did that the other day. So so Jackie, she will not charge her phone ever, and it's always a problem. She's like, "Oh, my phone died." So I made sure like on her side of the bed, she's got a charger on her nightstand. She's got one of those like battery pack chargers or whatever.
Yeah.
And sometimes like once every couple months she gets like there's not enough patients at her job, so like she'll get the day off. Like she still gets paid, but because she's technically on call. So she woke up. She's all late for work because her phone died, and I'm always getting on her like, plug your phone in. She never doesn't listen to me.
I didn't know my wife's not the only one that does that.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. It's just it drives me crazy. It's a conversation for another time. But it's like she like hustles. She's like, oh, I'm late. And she gets ready, and so if her phone finally comes on, all these text messages come through telling her that she's on low census, doesn't even need to come in. So she gets out, and then she comes back home. Charge your phone. Like, what are you doing?
My second week at
Oh, man.
when I was at Central, I got so used to running like every fucking Saturday because we were always on call at Central for line haul, and we basically ran all the fucking time.
Yeah.
I was like my second Saturday working for Sutton. I woke up at like 7 a.m. and I looked at my phone and went, fuck! And I like full on panicked, threw on all my shit. I got 30 miles down the road towards work before I realized, wait a minute. I don't work at Central anymore. I don't have to be there on Saturday.
Oh god, that's horrible, dude.
Oh,
Oh, it's terrible. Oh god. Oh yeah, I forgot. Didn't we have some shit to talk about tonight? I totally forgot about that. We're just shooting the shit, dude.
And we're having fun. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Is there anything important? Is there anything life shattering?
I don't think anything.
That was a mix of Crown Apple and Pepsi, and when I mixed it It was about a half a glass of Crown and the rest
Nice,
Pepsi.
dude. That's
And it's
tearing me up, dog.
Nice. You're doing good, dude.
Yeah, we
We can talk about whatever you want.
Yeah, we can.
I'm
table
too pissed to
everything.
care.
Yeah, we table everything. But I had
That's cool.
so like, if you guys ever have like recurring dreams?
All the time.
Not recurring. I don't have regular dreams. I only have nightmares, and my nightmares are sequels to the previous nightmare.
Really?
And sometimes
Wow,
I will have characters that appeared in my nightmare show up 5 or 6 nightmares later.
Oh, yeah.
That's like a manifestation.
I
Some
don't
stress or
remember normal dreams, only nightmares. And it's fucked. It's fucking crazy. And sequels. Fucking
Yeah, I've got
crazy.
one. I've got something kind of similar to that, but a bunch of years ago, I got T-boned on the highway by a dump truck
damn,
that
dude.
ran a stop sign. Like, I mean, it fucking bent the frame of the truck, caved in the corner of the cab, caved in the corner of the trailer. Like, it hit me hard.
Yeah.
And now I have this recurring nightmare where it's that situation, but it's worse every time. Like, we've escalated to the point now where this dump truck has hit me. I've flown off an embankment, landed in a river, and I started drowning.
But did you lose a leg?
No.
Well, then it's not gotten that bad yet.
I always thought just somewhere along the lines.
Damn, dude. I think I don't have like, it's not like a specific thing, but it's like the same type of thing happens. So it's like I'll be getting ready for work, for example, and it's like I can't ever quite get to the point where I'm like done and getting there, if that makes sense. There's always like one more thing to do. And it's either you're getting ready for work, but then since I've had kids, it's like, and it's like I felt this before. Like I'll be doing something socially, you know, like maybe we got a babysitter, and I feel I'm just like I just want to get home to my kids. But then, like in the dream, it's like I'm trying to get home to my kids, but there's like shit just keeps coming up, and I just can't. It's all I want to do is get home to my kids, or in the other case, like just get to work. There's this thing that I'm trying to do, but for whatever reason, it just keeps coming up, and I don't know if that's I only have those dreams when I'm like working, so like I don't have them in the summertime. So I think that's like just like a stress related thing.
I got one. It's not a nightmare, but it does actually come up pretty regularly. You ever watch the Tom Hanks movie Money Pit?
Yeah, with Shelley Long.
Didn't that happen to your house?
Yeah, Shelley Long was hot back then too.
No, this one's fine. I mean, it's normal house shit, but that duplex, holy fuck, there's so much money sunk into that place. But I have like recurring versions. It's always a different house. But it's the same scenario. We start doing shit and trying to remodel it and fix it up, and it just all goes wrong.
Right again. That's fucking crazy, dude. It's been a long time since I've seen that movie too. Shit. I remember back in the day it was on HBO like constantly. It's like this all the time. Shit.
I love that movie, but holy shit! Like some of the houses we would buy in these stupid ass dreams, it's like I would never fucking buy that place. Are you nuts?
The only recurring nightmare I got, man, is Nightwing, and them keep sending me fucking political bullshit.
You too?
Yeah. It's my only.
I keep hoping to wake up from that nightmare.
That's my only nightmare. Like, stop, you Republican asshole. Get away from me.
He'll never transcribe our chat for us.
That's all right. Fuck him.
I know how to copy and paste too.
Donald Trump loving motherfucker.
Right, settle down, guys. Come on now.
Go fuck himself. Anyway, sorry. My bad.
Jesus, Russ.
Everybody,
Russ has been drinking time.
Drunk and naked.
Let's see if this.
Sorry, dude. I'm a little. Oh,
Yeah, hey. Oh, phew, thank God.
Look,
Oh,
it worked. It worked. So if anybody had 10:53 p.m. Eastern as when we would mute Russ's microphone, you know.
hey,
what's up,
fuck
Bob?
nuts! Stop muting me, god damn it!
I'm bingo boarding up Chernobyl forest fires, but I think we're looking at different
I
bingo
was,
boards.
I was like,
I
I
had
was
a,
like talking, man, and it was like, oh, I'm
Yeah,
muted,
we
dude.
know.
dude. Hey, Josh,
Oh, God.
do you think those nightmares have those been going on like your whole life? Because I was like thinking, I think it's just like I try to just ask all these questions about this because like I wonder what it has like to do with your mental state or whatever. You know what I mean?
It's been happening for decades.
Okay, because I was wondering like if it what if it like just started like when you lost your leg, man? Like if that was a thing.
No. Like I said, I've
I
never
don't know,
been down
man.
about that.
Yeah.
But no, dude. Since I was as far back as I can remember, at least 6 or 7 years old.
Wow.
So it's
Dude,
been
I-
going on
damn,
pretty
dude.
much my entire life. I've never remembered just a dream. They're always nightmares, and they're always sequels. And new characters get introduced.
You need to
And
start writing this stuff down and make a
No.
fucking Netflix, man.
I mean,
Well, no,
It's
it's
fucking
crazy
shit,
though,
man.
because you know it's hard. That's always like I remember one time I had a nightmare where I got chased by a giant chicken, but
Oh God!
I think it's because I
You want to? Okay. You guys want to hear a
I've
funny
been eating a lot of
teenage?
chicken, you know.
You want to hear a funny teenage issue or situation I got myself into
Uh,
when I was a teenager, wild child.
Mhm.
I used to like doing acid hits.
Oh my god.
nice,
Hell yeah, man.
nice.
Party time, Rob.
I was wild. Well, we were all up here at a place called Wisconsin Dells.
Yeah.
Big resort town, water parks, all that shit. And there was about 10 of us that were staying in a couple of hotel rooms here in the Dells. And we were doing window panes. Now, if you know anything about acid hits, window panes are 4 hits in one quad thing.
God damn, dude.
I did 2 of the fuckers. At some
double
point in the
pane
night,
windows, huh?
oh yeah, I was dumb. I was a really, really dumb teenager. But at some point in the time in the night, not only had I taken all my clothes off except my boxers. Hey, it's summer, right? But
He
something
was still
we were
wearing
watching,
them, but not on his ass.
no, they were still on my ass. Thankfully, or I would have been completely arrested. We were
That's
watching
awful.
something, and all of a sudden, I got up and started running down the street because I thought there was a 40-foot tall purple dog chasing me. So I'm literally running down the street, screaming at, "There's a 40-foot purple dog chasing me! Help! 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 Help!"
It's like Clifford dog, but bigger.
It was Clifford with teeth and slobber and like angry and purple. It was Barney meets Clifford.
God.
Jesus.
That is frightening, dude. Jesus Christ. That's a fucking trip for you. Oh God.
Oh, there was that. The Mustang
Oh, no,
growled
man.
at me one night.
Dude, my baby son, he always tells us, like he always tells us he has his dreams about this witch that's trying to get him. Eli says that he'll be like he'll wake up crying. I'll be like, "What are you dreaming about?" He'll be like, "The witch." I'm like, "What the fuck?" Dude?
Oh, dude, when I was his age, it was tornadoes. Like those were nightmares, man.
Oh,
Tornadoes.
yeah. Dude, I
Well,
was
shit, living where the fuck y'all live at, that's a reality, dude. Shit.
Well, I lived down in North Carolina. Then tornadoes weren't really a thing as hurricanes. You can drive away from them fuckers.
Yeah. I
Right.
was like really afraid of storms when I was a younger kid. I remember that was
Same here.
in that and like fucking quicksand. It's like, I don't know what it is.
Dude, that is like the biggest disappointment of my entire life. It's like all these ways that quicksand was a threat when I was a kid. And come to find out as an adult. I wasted hours on quicksand research when I was a kid.
So did
Man, I could have been doing something else.
when I found out that quicksand really wasn't what I thought it was, I was actually just it's kind of crazy. I was disappointed. I was very disappointed. I was like, really? I always, I mean, how many times have you ever seen a cartoon or a TV show or something where some
Old
dumbass
Western
is in
movies,
quicksand?
man.
Or read
Yeah,
a book
right?
with it as a plot
Yeah.
device. Yeah, there's
Yes.
quicksand. And
Yeah. I'm saying,
Sure,
as
you're
a
like,
kid, like that's. I was like, oh shit, this is all I need to worry about. Not money.
Right.
Man, I was a point in time where I wouldn't even go into the sandbox at the park because I was afraid I was going
dude,
to
I'm
get
like,
there.
it's fucking
you
this
know,
is
in
this is what-
hindsight, though, that's a good thing, Rob, because it was probably full of fucking cat anyway.
Yeah, you have a point.
yeah, cat turd and used syringes, dude.
And cigarette butts from all the old ladies that are at the park with their kids in the 80s. Like you could tell when all the families had the kids at the park in the 80s because you just see the waft of smoke coming from it.
Hell yeah, dude.
Little kids are playing into fucking sand, fucking syringes. Ow! Shut up! Oh,
Actually, in my neighborhood, fuck.
oh, that's horrific, dude. Jesus Christ.
I remember,
Yeah,
like,
I was-
highlight of my McDonald's experiences when they had like Nintendo 64s like in the play.
Oh yeah,
Dude, that was
I was in my 20s for that shit, and I was
yeah,
still playing.
Rob was sitting there with hanging out with all little kids.
Fuck yeah, I was.
Man, Anna wouldn't like remember they had the big ball pit and shit and the big toy.
Oh yeah, dude.
And so she let RG go in one time, and then RG gets this really bad stomach virus later, right? Like
Oh,
day
no.
later, right? Sick as shit, right? She was like, I bet you was that fucking ball pit, right? But she kind of dismissed it. She goes, he could have gotten it anywhere. All right. Well, then she let him go back in it again, right? Fucking kid got sick with the same goddamn thing again.
What?
She was like, never again.
Oh,
He's
man.
never going in that thing again. Never.
Russ,
So he would every time we go.
making them, man, because I remember, like my nephew, he's 21 now.
Yeah.
So he's like
Yeah.
really close, or not really, but he's like kind of close to Asian. I remember when he was a kid, they kind of still had it in some places.
Yeah, I don't know if I see them anymore because they redesigned a lot of the McDonald's. I think they've gotten rid of those areas.
They don't have them around. I haven't seen one in years. So like,
Dude,
I think there's one in Fauquier County that's right at the corner of 17 and 28. It's kind of like an old shot center out there where I think it's I think they still have like their ball pit and their little play area and shit, you know. And it's
that'd
like
be surprising to me.
There's one over by
fucking
Appleton.
germaphobe.
but it's
Yeah,
not like
but
the
not
ball
many.
pit you used to have where you could sink
Yeah.
into the damn thing.
Yeah,
It's
Right.
like a little, like a net, it's an open net on the
Yeah.
bottom, and it's got like
Okay.
enough balls to just make it go poof when you come down the
Yeah.
slide.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
It was like even like
One of my high school buddies, when we were in high school, he worked for Chuck E. Cheese.
Right.
You know, first job in high school kind of shit. He was like 15, 16. And they had to clean the ball pit one day. Like, they brought a bunch of people in and off hours clean the ball pit. He said it was the most disgusting
how
thing
many
ever. There were like
kids
old
pee?
rusty diapers and
Yeah.
like,
I've literally
Oh,
seen
man,
Pee and
kids-
probably dude God only knows what
I've
else.
seen
Ugh.
I've seen kids in my lifetime totally piss in the ball pit, take a shit in the ball pit. I've seen kids puke in a ball pit. Same ball
my
pit too, within an hour of each other. I saw that happen once.
holy shit.
I'll never forget my little brother. We took my little brother to Chuck E. Cheese when he was real little, and he was like 5. And we took him. I'll never forget this. We took him there, and they had like this. They had it where you could climb up inside the slides and all this shit, you know, and he. So I'm looking. My mom's telling me to tell him to come on. We're getting ready to leave, and I'm hollering up to him. We're getting ready to leave. He's like, I'll be down in a minute. And also, I look at the slide, and there's this trickle of water coming down.
Oh, no.
I'd have whooped his ass.
So my little brother comes down the other side, right? And I'm like, hey, dude, what's with the water here? He goes, I pissed on the slide.
Like I'm perfect.
He pulled his he pulled his shit
Dude.
out. I said, dude, what the fuck are
Hey,
you
that,
doing? Oh man, I remember. Oh
Sonny,
god.
that like we got to get under control because like he will whip it out and go pee and
Yeah, that's on my
anywhere that's outdoors. Like he doesn't do it indoors, but it's like we'll be like in
I
the
still
fucking
do.
Target, and I'm like,
yeah.
just here's the thing, I do too, but it's like I will do this. Fucking look around,
Right.
he'll just whip
Right.
it out and let it rip, you know.
Oh, dude,
Oh,
our
yeah,
first
the
day
My
at
little
the
brother.
At the old place, we had a back porch, and because it was away from the road and secluded, I never looked. So for the past 9 years, until a month ago, for the past 9 years, I was used to going just straight out the back door, letting it rip right into the woods.
You just piss out the back door. That's great, dude. Goddamn wonderful.
Yeah, dude.
No, my little brother would just do that. He would just whip it out. He would just whip it out. And my brother would whip it out and piss anywhere, dude. It was crazy.
When I was 5
Dude,
years
that townhouse
old
we had?
and in kindergarten, we had a
Yeah.
unisex bathroom, and our teacher made us go. Our bathroom time, we had to go in alphabetical order, and we always went after nap time. And there was this little girl who took a shit every day right before me when I had to go into the bathroom. And I was
Terrible,
sick
man.
and tired of going into the fucking bathroom every day after that little girl taking a shit. One day I had to piss really, really bad, so I walked over to the fucking box in the corner of the classroom and I whipped it out right there in front of everybody and just started pissing all up in the sandbox at 5 years old.
Oh shit!
Right in front
See,
of
that's how he
everybody.
is.
What the fuck?
Well,
That townhouse we had, we were there like 2 days. It was early on in the morning. Ian was 2, and he gets up, walks out, throws open the front door, drops his trousers, puts his hands on his hips like this, and whizzes out on the front patio. And there's like 2 neighbor ladies walking past the front door, and he looks at him and goes,
Just giving them the Forrest Gump, one hand on the hip, the other hand waving a maniacally wave like you just saw Lieutenant Dan on the dock.
"Yep," just whizzing away on the front step. It's like,
that is so funny, dude. Oh Jesus
We only
Christ.
got
I love it.
we only got one bathroom in our house, man. So it's like if Jackie's in there, I gotta go outside, man. Same thing for Sonny.
No, my brother would do that
He
shit
don't
all
care
the
anyway, right?
all the time. We would walk. Oh yeah.
see, now you can do that
right?
here, and ain't nobody gonna see you anyway.
We were walking down the street, like bringing them back to the rec. We was at the rec center, so I went to pick him up, and we're walking back home. And he's like, "I gotta pee," and I'm like, "Well, just wait till you get home." And he just pulls this shit out, and he's just pissing while he's walking down the road pissing.
Dude, Sonny,
I'm like, what the
I hope he
fuck?
turned around and was walking backwards while he was doing it. That's the only way to keep it from.
No, it was
nuts.
just it. He was. I know. No, he's walking forward. He's just like, I know he was kind of like to the side, so he's like pissing to the side, you know.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like,
You know.
he pissed on a car. I'm like, dude, what are you doing, man? You know, what a little asshole. My brother's a. I think about it. My brother was a little asshole. Come on.
I used to when I was
What you
younger.
call
I
him?
used to. We had a
Asshole.
neighbor that was a jerk when I was younger. I used to go over and piss on his tires every day on his car.
That's funny
walls,
though. Yeah, right.
Why are my
God.
white walls turning yellow all the time?
Yeah, I
UV
remember them
exposure.
trying to. My friend's pissing in someone's gas tank.
Which really
How
doesn't
fucking
do
did it?
anything.
Not really,
I don't know.
'cause
They
it's not enough to
put
make-
this. They pushed. Yeah, not enough the water to gas down very much.
No,
But
now
they-
diesel
they,
trucks have it in a tank all of its own, and there's gallons of this shit.
Yeah, I was laughing though, because I was trying to figure out how they got their dick up to. I don't know. It was weird. I couldn't figure it out. So.
I don't know, some of the cars I used to drive, it was low enough you had to squat.
Right.
Man, You ever have to go to your kid's school
Funny,
as
dude.
an adult and have to use the bathroom and you walk into one of the bathrooms and the fucking urinals are like ankle high?
That's perfect. For
Yeah.
you.
Yup.
Yeah, it's perfect for you.
Oh,
I always joke like with people. I'm like, I like to use the low ones because I don't like my dick dripping down into the water. You know.
Oh, that's the worst feeling when the sack hits the water.
And my hog hanging.
Oh,
Oh, dude, I live with that daily, man. Fucking,
Bloop, 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 bloop.
I have to tell Misty all the time. Make sure you
That's
please flush
fucking
after you pee.
hilarious,
I don't
dude.
want wet nut pee on them.
so do your nuts swing low? Do they dangle to and fro?
Mm-hmm.
Can you time in a knot? Can you time in a boat?
Throw them over your shoulder and yeah.
Like a continental soldier. Go ahead.
Long balls.
And three of us are old enough to know what that feels like.
Oh, it's fucking hilarious, dude. Shit. Oh man, it's like
All
my
right.
nut swings so low they
Now that-
drag on the fucking ground. That's a medical problem. And sorry, go ahead.
If I don't have my leg on and I'm on my knees, I have to watch out for that. Fucking crush my fucking right nut with my right knee if I don't
Yeah.
watch out.
Yeah, that was.
Oh, that would be a
that
level
would
of pain.
suck. He's
Dude,
like,
you know
"Ouch,
what's
ow,
fucked
what's
up?
wrong? My knees
What's
are on my
fucked up?
nuts."
What's fucked up, man, is like, I don't sleep with the leg on, obviously. So one of the things I'm trying to do, if like I'm trying to fix the blanket or something, and then my leg gets hung up or something, and I'm trying to fucking, like kick my left leg, trying to get the blanket to stretch out. I don't know how many times I've come back and just heel right into my fucking nuts. I almost did it right there, Jesus. Heel right into my fucking nuts and just kick myself in the balls in my
dude.
sleep.
Oh, it's horrible, dude. That's
Yeah,
horrible.
it is.
That's
It's
so
horrible.
bad. I swear to God, he sends me one more fucking thing on Messenger. I'm gonna fucking reach through and choke his fucking. Sorry, it's my bad. That's speaking too loud here. Oh God, sorry. Chat. It's chat winging. I'm gonna end up choking.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Yeah, and on that note, I don't think anybody wants to hear us talking about long legs anymore anyway.
It's okay. They're all saying. I don't know. There's still 11 people in the chat right now. So
Oh, we've been going 2 hours now. I need to go get
yeah,
some
it's all
water.
good.
I'm
Sorry,
dying
guys.
of thirst.
We haven't had an
We're
actual
done talking
topic
about
all
our
night
nuts.
tonight. We've talked about nuts and bad dreams. Welcome to the Masterpiece Shit
And
Piece
paint.
Theater.
And paint.
Hey.
Oh,
hey,
yeah,
paint.
we
We're
did
talking
have
about
a
some paint.
topical
That's a serious
discussion.
topic.
But
Yeah. Paint's guys that put up. It's pretty good, Rob.
I got a drink before the show.
Hey,
Right
fuck it,
off.
man. I know, dude. Dude, Robert's great being drunk. I see why Nick likes this shit.
Right.
I dig it. I completely like it. So awesome, man.
See, I'm not like Wisconsin
Like, I'm so
drunk.
chill.
I'm
Hey,
like,
fuck.
Russ just figured it out.
I'm like
Yeah, man.
functionally buzzed.
Like,
Yeah, I'm pretty good at Blaze right now. I'm good right now. Like, if I was smoking pot, it would fuck it, ruin my high. It's all good. Anyway, no, it's good, man. It's great. It's fun, dude. I'm just barely coherent. It's great.
Well, I think
love
with the stress that everything's been, it's not to just kick back and shoot and relax and be that relaxing
It is, dude.
for others.
And hopefully we are
Yeah,
that for everybody.
it is.
Well, we're
Yeah,
not
I
for
hope so. Hope you
everybody.
guys enjoyed tonight. Yeah, I hope
We are
everyone enjoyed
definitely
everything.
not for kids.
Thank you, all of you that are watching us. Thank you for tuning in. Shit, it was, it's just nice to bullshit, dude, and hang out. This is really therapeutic. This has been a crazy week, This has been therapeutic to chill, So
It's been a crazy 3 months.
Yeah, it has been. It has been. It's true. I feel like this past week or two has just been another level of fucking insanity, man. It really has been. It's just on top of what we've been dealing with.
Yeah.
But I just think we all hang in there, man. Things, think hope, and hey, fight for what you believe in. That's all I'll say, and shit,
Take care.
try to be understanding. That's all.
Guys, look in the
take care of each
background.
other.
I think she's gonna get
Absolutely.
Take.
Dude,
Shake
that's
her
hot.
head.
Anyway, hello.
Mugging you, dog.
All right.
Everybody out there, remember, be compassionate.
Oh shit!
Take care of each other. And watch Rob get.
Indeed. It was
But,
nice. Hey, look, I like what she did. I like what she did. Look. Yeah, no, man. Thanks for tuning in and hanging out with us. It's cool, dude. Fuck. I don't know. Are we gonna do an broadcast to hang out for a while or what?
Yeah,
Let's do that.
I'm hanging out. If y'all are hanging out, I'll
All right.
link up.
Yeah, I'll
Sam
go mix a
will post
drink
a link.
and then I'll jump in. It's
Sam
fine.
will post a link to an unbroadcast.
Yeah, if y'all want to come in,
everybody wants to jump in. And
I'll
Yeah.
attempt to stay
I'll
coherent.
bullshit with us.
hey,
Yeah,
that's cool.
everybody
You gonna
have
jump
a-
in?
Do what?
That's not
Huh?
the
Go
I
ahead,
was
go ahead.
hoping would be in the right hand. But
Oh, I was just gonna say.
Everybody's talking.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was just gonna say everybody thanks for
Rob is-
coming out and have a great weekend.
Yeah. Yeah,